morning everyone, happy Good Friday. This is Cara Brandon's Friday freebie this week. It's lovely. She's kept it simple because of the weekend, and on Monday she has a brand new kit coming out. So she scanned some gorgeous cards that she already had at home, and they are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Got the lovely snowdrops here and Michaelmas daisies, absolutely beautiful for an Easter weekend. So Cara is releasing her Friday freebie later on today, but I'm doing the video a little bit early because I want to finish my journal that I'm doing for Raindrop Lydia and Dina Shabby Dabby Doodah. I've included one of her kits. So this will be available in Cara's group as usual, and Cara is going to be making cards today, which are absolutely lovely. So that's the Friday freebie. Now what I've done with it, I decided to make a page for my mum. I gave her that attaché with, you know, all the bits of ephemera in and the wee journal, and I thought I'll make a page and she can attach this to her journal, or she can pop it inside her attaché. The stencil on the front is this one. I just want something to put up against so you can see it clearer. Hopefully you can see that. This is from Glitzcraft. That's where I get my stencils every month, and I get 3 pots of paste at the same time. Obviously it depends on which month it is as to which ones you get. This one's a frosting paste, and we've got a 2 glitter pastes this time. You get some, one's are very fine and the others are slightly grittier. So I've used those. I'll link Glitzcraft because if you're in the UK, they do a subscription box every month, and you get a free sweetie in there every month as well, a chocolate bar, which is quite amazing. My Levi loves that. So that's the stencil I've used on the front, and I've just taken a piece of dyed paper. This is the Kool-Aid dyed paper, and then I've added a strip across the bottom of the same paper. This is from Calico Collage Songbird. There were a couple of strips in there, and I've been cutting some of her stuff out to add to this journal with Lydia's and Tina's. I just needed a couple of bits more of ephemera, so I've used some of hers in here as well. The roses and the Lily of the Valley are too. And the envelopes I've popped in here, these are also Norella's. I think they're absolutely beautiful with the lovely forget-me-nots. Can't pull the card out, that's it. And the card you get inside, you know, I've got a beautiful bluebird on it, and the roses on the back. And I've just backed it in with Norella's backing paper. And there's 2 of those. I put 2 in, one either side. So let me just tuck that down there. There's one there, and there's one there that you can see. That's the 2 of those. And the cards, all I've done with the cards is I've literally just backed them onto a bit of file folder to give them some strength, because I thought if I start embellishing these, they're going to get caught on here, and I think my mum would prefer they were kept simple, you know. I think it, you know, because this weekend is so important for people, particularly if you're a Christian and like my mum's a born again, you want to keep things simple and you want to remember in your own way, don't you? And then she can put embellishments on this later if she'd like to. I just love this image. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Really lovely from our Cara. And there's those gorgeous snowdrops. Absolutely lovely. And then on the back, I've done another wee pocket. Again, these are Calico Collage images. And I made a little notebook, but I made it a bit different this time. These are Calico Collage. What I've done is I've done one of these so that she could write something on here, and then she can tear this off. So she can just tear that off, keep that note, and you know, there's several pages in there. There's quite a lot in there. and I thought I'd make it a little bit different this time. And that just fits so nicely in the back there. It's quite simple. And then she can take that out when she gets this, and she can use that, in a handbag or whatever. And then you've got that other lovely image there, which looks like a bookmark to me. I think that looks just like a bookmark, and I've just tucked it in the back there. So that's my little Friday freebie make this week. As I say, I've kept it really simple, because I think it's such an important weekend for many. But I can never get over why they call today Good Friday. Sorry, I'm going to come back down again. I seem to be a bit squiffy today. It just doesn't fit in with what happens today, does it? But I'm hoping you have a lovely Good Friday. It was traditional in our house that on Good Friday we'd get woken up with the smell of hot cross buns. It was just one of those things. There were 6 kids, and as soon as you smell those hot cross buns, you knew it was time to get up on the Friday. And of course in England, the Easter weekend is in the middle of the 2 terms. So you'd get 2 weeks off. You'd have, and you'd be able to have time off beforehand, because the week before Easter they turn the clock back, so you had a week or so to get used to having the new change in your hours, and then you'd go back after Easter. They don't do that here. Most of the time, Friday here, Good Friday here, is just like a normal day, which is really strange, because years ago it was, very respected. You wouldn't get your post, the shops would be closed, but now it's just like a normal Friday here. We don't get bank holidays in this part of Scotland, in the borders, because we have something which is called common riding. The common riding celebrates the reavers. Now the reavers, what they did, they used to go out on their horses and they used to steal sheep. Okay, so we have the Reavers Festival where they stole sheep, which says beyond me why you'd be celebrating something like that, but that's the Reavers Festival, and that is normally now, but obviously with COVID we can't do that. And then the common riding is about the Battle of Flodden Fields, which, if you've seen the Braveheart movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. How the Scots beat the English. When I first moved here, it was quite a shock to find how much they hated the English up here. It was fun. It was really funny, because you didn't realise, although I always had empathy with Mary Queen of Scots, and I knew about the Scottish history, you don't realise how deep set that feud between the English and the Scots was until you get here. But anyway, what happens in Hawick is for 6 weeks they do ride outs. So what happens is the ride outs are Tuesday and a Saturday, and they go out and they actually ride all the rides through the marshes and what have you that would have been ridden at that time to keep the borders safe. And on the last week, on the Thursday, there's a very early morning chase that goes out, and then the cornet goes round with his lass and they close the schools down. Now, depending on which year it is, it will depend on where you are in the rota of when the school's going to be closed, because obviously they have to go around all the ones in the area. So one year you may be at like 9:30 in the morning, and another year you might not be till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It just depends on where you are in the rota. And then the fun fair is on in the evening. They call it the shows here. And all the kids go up there, and during the common riding ride outs, the young kids from the high school go and they hold the horses. And it's a long, boring jog, particularly on the Friday and the Saturday after the Thursday, which I'll explain in a minute. But they get paid for it. And that money they then take and spend at the shows. So they don't make anything. It'll go straight back to the shows. But the Friday and the Saturday, everybody goes up the Mare. I've not been up there. I'm not into that at all. The Mare consists of horse racing, which, I mean, I used to watch horse racing years ago. I mean, I don't have a problem with horse racing. I used to actually work in the Royal Box at Goodwood, so I, you know, no problem with horse racing. But there's a lot of alcohol, and they start sort of drinking around about lunchtime, and they get absolutely bladdered. And when they've been drinking for 2 days, my goodness, there are some fights that go out, as you can imagine. Hot Scottish tempers, lots of alcohol, you know. But the picnic part of it, when there's families going up there, is amazing. But it's when it carries on into the evening, you know. But that's sort of like why ours don't have all the bank holidays, because they're off school from the Thursday through to the Monday. So they get their extra days then. It is very, very strange, you know, because when I first came here, when you've been working in a high school in England, and you know it's roughly 6 weeks, and then you get a half term for a week. And if it goes on past the 6 weeks, you are absolutely climbing the walls waiting for that week off because you're exhausted. It's very strange because, you know, there is no logic to the way that they plan out the weeks and the half terms up here at all. They are completely wacky. But that's enough of the history of Hawick and the drunkards. So, have an amazing weekend. I'm not far off finishing my journal. I'll give you a little sneaky peek of my journal that's here. This is my journal. This is what I'm making at the moment. So this is my journal that I'm on at the moment, and I've used a book. I've not used a book for a while, and I'm so happy I've used a book, and I'm absolutely loving it. This is Lydia's, one of Lydia's gorgeous, gorgeous images, and I've used lots and lots of shabby dabby doodah in here, and this should be finished today, so I'll be making a video tomorrow. And she's just absolutely gorgeous, she really is. That lace there is the lace that I really, really wanted. It's an Egyptian lace, well, the style is anyway, and this is from Dawn Bibby, but you could only get 1 metre because she only had, I think it was something like 10 on her website. So I've got to try and find this, or try and see if Dawn can get some more, because I think this is absolutely gorgeous. And on a spine, it just looks amazing, doesn't it? Absolutely amazing. So that's my project for tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing, amazing Good Friday. And I hope, unlike my daughter-in-law, you've remembered it's Easter weekend. I was talking to her this morning and she says, "Did I miss something?" She says, "Is it Easter weekend?" I just gave up on her. You know, the kids have already got their Easter clothes. I've already sent them over. You know, we've been talking about it. I think what it is because my Bob, due 1st of April, came 1st of April. And I think there was so much around his birthday that she was arranging. And having the new baby, I think she's just got mummy brain at the moment. So that's another story. Anyway, have a lovely day, Brit. But before I go, I think I don't want to remember. Rhonda, Meal and Bennett, our lovely friend Rhonda. Rhonda is Whisk and Glue, That's What You Do on YouTube. I thought it said whiskey, didn't I? So I'm telling everybody she's Whiskey and Glue, calling her an alcoholic. So that's her nickname now, Whiskey. She sent me a message last night. She's got COVID. It's really, really hit me home so hard. It really has. Can I ask for prayers for her, please? She's just such an amazing woman. She really is. I just absolutely love her to bits. You know, she's closer than a sister to me. And it is really hard when somebody tells you that. I mean, there's been a few scares around that I've known of, and people have had it but have got over, but they've not had it too bad. You know, like the family around the corner where the 4 kids got it. But that last night just absolutely knocked me for 6. So I really, really would appreciate if you could say some prayers for our Rhonda. Thank you, guys. As I say, have a wonderful Easter weekend. And do go and get this freebie from Cara's Facebook page. Put my teeth back in again. And all the other Friday freebies are there as well. If you just go into files, you'll see them all there. And they marry up with the kits that she's doing around about that time. But you don't need the kits to use them. They're usable on their own. Like this one that she did this week. She's just done Easter. It could go with her Easter kit really, really easily. Or can be standalone. Okay? That's me. I'm going to go now before I keep waffling. Love and blessings, everyone. Bye.